What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of The Locker Room. I am here with Brad Takairangi. I'm not going to try and say the proper way. I'm going to butcher it with the Australian version. How you going, brother?
Good, thanks, bro.
Can you let the people know how you say it properly?
Brad Takairangi.
Far out. That's hard. You know what's funny is that Kevin Nangama, for years, so he had a brother, obviously, Wes. The commentators probably for 10 years were calling him Nakwama. And it's Nangama. How crazy is that? And they just didn't even... Now they call him Nangama, so I don't know whether they watched the show or not, but maybe they did.
I think it was you.
It must have been me, bro. It must have been me. How you been, brother? How's it going? Had a big win 2 weeks ago, just through the bye. How's it been?
Yeah, we just come off the back of a bye, which has been good. 3 days off, and looking forward to playing on Thursday night against Bulldogs.
Thursday night games. Do you like... I used to hate Monday nights games. I never played a Thursday one. Do you like Thursday night games?
Yeah, I reckon it's probably the best game to play.
Because it's just like early in the week. And that.
Early in the week and get the rest of the weekend off.
And I guess also, like, if you play Thursday and you play, let's say, Saturday the week before, it's a short week. Like, you can kind of, like, roll into the game quickly.
Yeah, definitely. So it's good on both ends there with a long tournament and then, you know, get a couple of days off and straight into it.
The long turnaround sometimes, like, people say, like, it's a short turnaround, they'll be tired, but sometimes the long turnaround sucks because you get tied up in fitness and that.
Yeah, it's killer.
Yeah.
I'd rather 100% play on a 5-day turnaround than a 8-day any day of the week.
Oh, I totally agree. There's nothing worse than, like, rocking up and you know you've got, like, a Sunday game and you played Friday and you rock up on a Monday and you're just
it's fitness.
I'm getting tired. Oh, my God. So how you been anyway? This year's been... It's been different for the Eels. You know, you've come into the year red hot form. You know, last year was a good year for you guys, even though with all the drama. You've been up and down. You know, you showed your form a couple of weeks ago against the Dragons by putting a bit of score on them. You know, what's it been like kind of in-house for you guys?
Yeah, we started the year pretty well. We're happy with how we went, and I think we got a little bit comfortable there because we had 2 really good wins and then we lost, I think, maybe 3 or 4 in a row. So we just got to be better at being consistent, and BA's big on that, which is awesome. And, like I said, we got Bulldogs this week, Storm, and then a bye. So these next 2 games are massive for us.
Oh, got another bye. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. So this will set up our season. We see this as a real important time for us, and hopefully we can get the 2 points.
Yeah, because if you win these 2, like if you drop 2 of these, like that's massive. That's huge for you guys right now.
That Dragons game was massive for us because it was 4 points with the bye last week. So we're looking to do the same with these next 2 games. Hopefully.
And you're just outside the 8?
I think we're 8th at the moment.
8th, okay, sweet. So you could possibly push yourself into like 6th and 5th and stuff like that with 2 wins.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and is that Melbourne Storm game? That's after Origin, so the guys will be backing up most likely.
Well, yeah, we actually play Storm without their Origin players. So
oh wow, that's awesome!
It's a big couple of weeks for us.
Massive opportunity then.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know, so how's it been for yourself personally? So you started the year in the centres, and then did you push into the forwards for a bit there, or 6? Sorry.
Yeah, I was at centres there on the right side. And then we had a few injuries there. I think Norms went down. Even Bevy went down for a bit, so I played 6 there for a few weeks. Which was good. I got to get my hands on the ball a bit more. But then I had a knee injury that put me out for 4 to 5 weeks, I think it was. So now I'm back there and I'm playing on the left side with Semi again, which is good. I'm really enjoying it.
How's what's it like playing with a guy like Semi? Like, is it like just getting the ball?
Yeah, he's all the time. He's fresh as. So he doesn't really say that much, but when he speaks, you can sort of understand. I understand what he's saying. But he's awesome. It's just try to get them in space, and he'll do the rest easily.
What's the craziest thing you've seen Semi do where you've just been like, I've never seen someone do that before?
A couple of his catches are pretty out of it. Last year against the Bulldogs, he caught a ball, chucked it without looking, and
I remember that try. Yeah.
He does a lot of freakish things like that, and it's just about getting him in the opportunities for him to do it.
And so take us back to a young Brad. You know, where are you from? Like, you know, what was it like growing up? Was it always footy?
So I'm from the Shire, Sutherland Shire. My junior club's Takairangi.
So were you a Sharks fan growing up?
Yeah, I was. Sharks fan. Used to go to their home games a bit.
They weren't as popular as back then as they are now.
Nah, no, definitely not. I think they struggled for a bit there when I was young. But I played juniors down there at Sharks. Actually, Ricky Stewart actually kicked me out of the Sharks when I was in the SG Ball.
Oh, really?
So thank you very much.
No, what happened?
It's just I don't know. It's just SG Ball, and he didn't like how I was or how I played or whatever. And so he kicked me out, and he said I'd never play first grade. So that's always been in the back of my head.
Swear to God.
Yeah. So it was
walk
good.
us through the whole situation. Like, you know, what you rocked up to play one day or train.
I don't. It was like halfway through a game. Like we were getting done. I'm pretty sure. I've never met him in my life, and he just came in and just blew up, and he just said, You won't be playing first. Like you'll never play here again. You won't play first grade. Blah blah blah.
Far out. And how old were you then?
I would have been 17, 16.
So he was
16.
So he was the head coach of Cronulla.
He was the head coach of Cronulla. I've never met him before.
And then you were getting touched up in SG ball.
In SG ball, I wasn't even contracted to like Sharks or anything. He kicked me out. I hated him ever since.
So when it happened, like, so he walks in and everyone's like, "Holy shit, there's Ricky Stewart." And then he just was yelling at everyone and then just pointed to you. And
that's exactly how it was. Just like yelling at the boys and then he just pointed me out and goes, "You're rubbish." And then I went second half and scored 3 tries. And that was my last game for him ever again.
And they dropped you still.
Yeah, that was it.
What? That's crazy. So
pretty out of it, but
so you went and scored 3 tries, and then they said, like, after the game, did they say, "Look, you don't have to come to training next week"?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then, so what did you do? Where'd you go play footy? And
I just cruised. I was just playing for my junior club, Takairangi. I was at school at Endeavour Sports. I was at school at Endeavour High.
Yeah.
And just to play like just junior club footy.
Yeah.
From there, I played. That was the first year 20s coming out.
Yeah.
And I played. I got a gig at South under 20s. So I played under 20s at South for 2 years. So I played with blokes like PT, like Chrissy Sando.
So he comes in, has that massive spray. Does it deter you at all? Are you like, did it rattle you? Or you like?
Oh, I was rattled at first, 100%. But that's probably one of the most biggest things driving me when I was
coming through.
Yeah, coming through was, you know, he said I wouldn't be able to make first grade or anything like that.
Far out, that's crazy.
Here I am today.
So you're playing first grade.
Yeah, so that's all good.
So you go home and you just like, it's probably the initial week you're just fully rattled.
Yeah, I was rattled for a little bit. It was, like my parents were pretty upset and that at it too. So
yeah,
but they had nothing to do with it. It was all on me. So I just went back and enjoyed playing club footy, like just junior footy, and I was happy there. And then I was just I got a gig at like a South trial, just a trial with South.
Yeah, and
then I made the 20 squad there.
So how long was that after the issue?
That was 19. I would have been like 18, turning 19. So
you
first year out of school.
Yep. Okay.
First year out of school, and then I went there, got a trial, and I was there for 2 years.
Oh man, that's crazy. So you got the trial. You got a 20s contract or just 20 squad?
Yeah, 20s contract. So I think I can't remember what it was, but it was just It was a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
And I was there for 2 years, and it was also like I was playing 20s, and I thought I'd come a long way from playing club footy to I was in the 20s system. So that was a stepping stone to where I am today.
So was that with was Reynolds in that side?
Yep. Second year I was playing with like Adam Reynolds, Josh Mansell was there.
Oh really, Mansell.
The Source was there. Like a PT was our hooker.
Yep.
So there was a few boys there.
Was Roberts there? James Roberts?
Nah, he was young. He was only I think maybe SG ball.
Oh, okay, so
maybe
coming
younger,
through.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
so
a year before you're getting told never playing in a role, or a year and a half before, and then you're playing 20s.
Yeah, so it was big, and then from there I got picked up to go. I was like top 25 to go to Roosters, and I had to take that opportunity straight away, which was
especially top 25.
Yeah,
back in those days as well.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
So you played the 2 years at the Rabbitohs. When did you kind of know, I'm actually decent, I might be able to play NRL here?
Yeah. When I got picked up from Roosters, I thought this is going to be my best opportunity to play first grade. So that was the main reason why I went over there. They showed a lot of interest and was good. So I went over there signed there for 2 years.
Yep.
But I ended up signing there for another 2 years after I was there. So
okay.
That was 2010. I debuted for Roosters, which was after my first pre-season.
Was this on the wing or centre?
Nah, I was back row.
Back row.
Yeah.
Fuck. So you went from back row to centre. Because didn't you on the Titans? You debuted on the wing, or am I wigging out?
Nah, wigging out.
I'm wigging out. I thought I seen you. It's okay. Maybe it was number 4. I don't know. No, centre at the Titans.
Yeah. So debuted at Roosters. Was there for 3 years.
Yep.
And then I got the opportunity to go, and because I was back row, I was always come off the bench, I was playing 20 to 40 minutes a game.
Yep.
And then I got there was a chance to go up there and be a starting player and
Yep.
look in the centres, which I was familiar playing with growing up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I thought straight away, like, this is my opportunity to cement myself. And
Yeah. That's crazy, man, because I remember watching you in the Titans. I thought that's when you were debuting, was with the Titans, but obviously with the Roosters.
Yeah.
So how many games did you play with the Roosters?
I think I played 30 odd.
Okay.
So a few years there. And that was, like I said, all on the forwards off the bench.
And so this was 2010, you said?
Yep, debut 2010. So that's Brian Smith.
Okay.
Under Brian Smith, yeah.
And when did 2012 they won the comp?
2013 they won the comp.
Okay,
and I'd done that pre-season, and that's when they'd signed Sonny.
Oh, okay. And then that forward would have pushed you out because of the forward position.
Then I was out.
Like Sonny, bro. I don't know why they signed Sonny. Like, come on. So walk us through. Like, so you get signed for the top 25, and did you debut in your first year with the Roosters?
Yep. Debuted so that was I signed there for 2010, 2011.
Yep.
Debuted round 2 there against Tigers.
Yep.
I only played 20 odd minutes.
What was the conversation like? Was it was it randomly, like out of nowhere? How did it all come about, the debut?
I had a pretty big pre-season. Obviously no one would have known who I was. I was only a young kid, and I think just in the books of Smithy at the time, I jumped a few places, I think.
Yep.
So like round 1, I was in an extended squad,
pretty
extended squad, and then there was a couple of injuries in that game, which opened up a spot in round 2.
Yep.
At the time, I thought, I'm ready for sure. And looking back, a few years later, I thought that I wasn't ready.
Yeah. Okay. So
I played 2 games that year.
Yep.
And then I did my syndesmosis, so I was out for maybe like 12 weeks or something. Like, I was out for a long time.
Okay.
So that was the last 2 games. I only played 2 games the first year.
Okay.
And then 2011, I played probably half the year.
Yep.
And got a contract extension.
Okay, so it's essentially like usually what like with rookies is like they debut and get a taste of it, but then obviously get injured, and then next year you play more games.
Yeah,
so
that's how it rolled, yeah.
So when you like got the call of like you're 100% debuting, what was that like? When did you know?
It was pretty special. That's I just thought about my family straight away. Like my parents, they did a lot for me growing up, so it was a pretty proud moment for myself because my old man played in first grade as well.
Oh, okay.
So he played for Parramatta.
Really?
Yeah, he played for Parramatta. But so it was special for him too, like knowing that I was going to make my debut, and it was
because he could appreciate. He knows how hard it is to get to that position.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
That's right.
And did you? So I mean, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But when you made your debut, did you think back to that time when Ricky Stewart was like?
Yeah, straight away. That was,
really?
That was the first thing I sort of thought.
So it's really stuck with you.
So it definitely did stick with me, especially like when I was young.
Yeah,
it stuck with me for a while. But we could always have a joke with my SG ball coach back then.
Yeah,
I always have a laugh with him
about it.
Whenever I see him, we'll have a laugh about it.
Yeah.
At the time, but it's all good now. Yeah,
it's funny. Like it's one thing getting told like. A normal coach comes down and says, "You'll never play NRL." Ricky Stewart comes in and says it. That's like, all right, maybe I will never play NRL.
That's right. Like, that's what I mean. I sort of look back at it. I look at it back at it now, and I just laugh about it. Like I think it's. Yeah. But like I reckon that burning desire from that that time, it definitely stuck with me, and it was a sweet feeling to know where I am at this moment.
It's funny how like such a perceived negative thing can be such a positive thing. Like you think like maybe if he never said that, you probably didn't play. You might not have played NRL. You know, like you literally might not have played NRL.
Yeah.
And so that like for example, I remember on the show Nathan Ross was told Wayne kind of said to him, look, like if at this stage right now, if you keep putting this kind of energy into the game, you're not going to play NRL. And that made Nathan Ross go, all right. Like it rattled him for the first few weeks, similar to yourself. Pushed everything aside, gave up his job, paying like good money in the mines. Dedicated everything to footy, and like obviously he's the Rostock White Light. If he's the biggest legend in the NRL ever, that's awesome, man. Okay, so you make your debut. How'd you go on your debut? It was just a solid game.
Nah, well we smashed them, but I didn't do too much.
Just kind of went out there and okay.
It was a state to be in first grade, to be honest.
What's that? Do you remember that? What's something you remember from that debut? Like when you ran out, is there something you can like remember seeing or feeling or?
Oh, like because growing up. I idolised Sonny Bill and like Benji was, and both of those two were my idols growing up.
Yeah.
So then when I found out we were playing Tigers, I thought, oh, how good is this going to be to play Benji? and like he dusted me up all out there.
Oh, did he dust you up?
Oh, he put a little play on. They scored. I was like, shit, how good's this guy?
Oh, that was mad about at the same time.
Mad. I was like, oh shit.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Man, remember Benji growing up? Like, he was like ridiculous.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Both of them, him and Sonny, game changers.
Oh man, I remember I played against Sonny, and like in my head I was like, if I get a kick return, I just want to run straight at him to see like what it feels like. But then when it happened, I ran straight and at the end stepped because I was like, no, I don't want it.
Be another highlight for him.
And he sprayed me. He was like,
Did he?
Yeah, he sprayed me. He was like, just kind of like, run it again or something like that, something small. And I was like, yeah, that's mad. I just got sprayed by Sonny Bill. But I was just so funny because like no one would have known that in my mind I catered it. Like,
yeah, 100%.
Everyone would have thought that I was just trying to step him. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to do it. And they're like, no, I can't do it. It's funny how like back then you look at them as like these like images in your head of like like this superstar or whatever. But then like obviously you become a part of the system and they're just like normal people and shit like that.
It's ridiculous. That's when I first signed for Roosters. I didn't actually like the Roosters as a team.
Yep.
Like Bray Finasta, Minicella, I was like, I didn't even like them.
Yeah, as players kind of thing.
As players
kids.
growing up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when I got there, mate, they're the biggest legends I've ever met. Like, I got so much respect for them, and yeah, it's a pretty good feeling.
It's crazy how, like, the media, even though, like, I'm not saying the media intentionally does this, like, some media does, obviously, but it's crazy how, like, you can form an opinion about someone just by, like, reading articles and that.
100%.
And you have this idea of them, and they've never done anything wrong, they've never done it, but because these specific articles are written about them, you have a feeling about them. Yeah, like, right. For example, Braithen Astor, he always used to get negative press.
Oh, I know.
Like, constantly smashed. And he's like a legend.
Honestly, he's like one of the best blokes I've met.
Really,
I still talk to him.
Crazy, and like Mitchell Pearce.
Pearce, like he gets hammered, and it's just all
absolutely hammered. And same situation.
Yeah.
And he's like a gun player, like won premierships. It's crazy, man. It's crazy the power of like media and the stories and stuff. They're like, okay, so you extend with the Roosters, but then you eventually released early to go to the Titans due to the opportunity.
Yeah, so in 2011 I signed for another 2 years.
Yep.
Which was good for myself and the family. Played 2012. Did the pre-season for 2013, and then it was like late January. It was just before the trials were coming up, and I got a phone call from my manager saying, "Look, there's an opportunity to go up to Titans." And there's a left centre spot was available.
Yeah.
Jamal Edge was right, and they just didn't have a left centre at all.
Yeah.
And in my head, I thought, like, do I stay here? And in my head, I was staying at Roosters because I said, do I stay here and learn off the best in Sonny Bill? Like, should I just stay here and learn off him, do my trade, and like just
especially similar, you're wide running forward back then.
Yeah, that's right. So I was like back row as well. So I said, just learn my stuff off him.
Yeah.
Or do I go up there and like become a starting player, hopefully? And that was the sort of the puzzle I had to figure out.
Yeah.
And in the end, the best opportunity for me was to go to Titans and become a starting player, hopefully. And
so that you got released started 2013.
Yep.
So it's 2013. You ask for the release. Roosters say, "Yep, sweet." You go up to Titans for how many years?
So I signed there for 2 years.
Yep.
And at the time, my daughter was 2 years old, so I was still living at home. So it was a massive move for us.
Yep.
We moved. That was the first time that we moved out, got our own place, and sort of became a proper man then.
Yep.
And it was definitely the best time of my life and best opportunity for me because I got to go up there and I established myself.
As like kind of like it's weird how like sometimes when you're at a club as a young guy, you can get caught in that position of like no responsibility because you're the young guy.
Yeah, 100%.
Whereas like you go to you look at Jared Wallace for example, like he was the young forward at the Brisbane Broncos, goes to the Titans, all of a sudden he has to be the four with Ryan James. It's Ryan James, isn't it? Yeah. I keep thinking, I saw his Instagram name is like Dark or something like that.
It's a nickname.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nickname.
Okay, so I keep thinking like his last name's Dark for some reason. He's a gun. But yeah, he goes there and like him and Jared Wallace are like the two big forwards and that responsibility turns them into better players kind of thing.
Yeah. So that was my opportunity to go up there and I got that starting spot up there.
Yep.
And never looked back, I guess.
And so, what was something that you remember when you got there about the Titans? Was there something different? Like, were they obviously were different to the Roosters? What was the big difference that you kind of felt when you went there?
It was good for me because I already knew Nate and Birdie.
Yep.
So knowing a few of the boys before I got up there was definitely easy. Actually, when I got up there, I was staying with Nate Miles for a few weeks until I settled in.
Yep.
So he was awesome. He's a good mate of mine, and
I heard he's a bit of character.
Yeah, he's a good fella, great fella. 2 big dogs, and his wife was actually out at the time. Like, she was overseas, I think, working, whatever. So it was a good opportunity for me to get in there and just get settled.
Yep. Okay, so I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. The Titans. They actually had some really good players, like they had, Miles, Bird.
Yeah.
Was Prince would have been to the Broncos?
He's finished. Yeah, he went Broncos.
He would have been Broncos. Yeah. So you would have had, and then Preston would have already retired. So you would have had Aiden Caesar.
Yeah, Caesar was just starting out. Like he I think that was his second year.
Okay.
And Albert Kelly had just come in. So him and Caesar were the halves.
Yep.
They had like Ashley Harris and Minicello, so they had a couple of really good old heads there that they really steadied the ship. Luke Bailey.
Yep.
So it was a real good learning curve for me, learning off all those
they
old
had
fellas.
one Josh Hoffman. No. Oh, no, he was gone to the Eels.
No, he was
Broncos.
He was Broncos.
Oh, okay, and he came the next year.
Yeah, he came the year I left.
Oh, no, you missed out on Hoffy, bro.
I've got plenty of him at the moment.
Too much of him, bro. Too much. I love Hoffy. Okay, so you get there, and when did you know that you'd won that centre spot? You'd won that starting spot.
I just tried well.
Yeah.
And there wasn't many centres. So Cardi said, "Look, if you can try well, there's a spot there for you," and which I did, and managed to grab that opportunity for 2 years there.
And so when you kind of put the Gold Coast Titans jersey on and you were starting first grade, what was that kind of feeling like? You're a full-time first grader in a starting side now. Was that kind of a good achievement?
It was awesome. I'd have played 30-odd games already, but to be a starter, that was the main reason why I went up there, and to finally be a starter, it was good for myself. And our first game was actually down at Shark Park.
Oh, really? So your dad would have been able to come?
I had all my family come, which was pretty special, and we didn't win, but to go back and play at Shark Park in first grade was a special time.
Oh, was Ricky there? Like Ricky?
Nah.
I'm here, bro. Okay, so the next 2 years, you get your starting spot. What was that kind of like, that period in your career? Was it really enjoyable? Did you learn a lot? What was it kind of like for you?
Yeah, I learned a lot. Cardi was massive for me. He gave me a lot of confidence. Just to be myself, play footy.
Yeah.
And also just to be like in the centre, like starting in the centres was awesome. Me and Caesar were there on the left side, so I formed a pretty tight relationship with him. I'm still really good mates with him now at the moment.
Yeah.
But it was good. Like I just got to establish myself, and at the end of 2014, I made the Kiwis train on, which was nothing, but it was just good to be recognised for the solid form I had for 2 years.
And I mean, train on still good to be part of that squad.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't much, but it was just good to be recognised.
And what's something that stands out, for you within the Titans in those years? Any funny memories? Obviously there'll be plenty of funny memories, but any big memories that stand out for you?
Memories. Probably coming back to Roosters. We played 2013. We came down. So it was the year that Roosters won it, but we played in round 25, I think it was. I was late in the year. We played them late in the year. We had no troops at all. And that's probably been the best win that I've been a part of ever. If we went down there, I think we were paying $10 to win. Like, no one gives a chance.
Wow.
They were red hot at the time, and to come down there and beat them, my old team, was pretty special.
And so 2014, you signed with the Tigers, and then they decide, like, what happened in that whole situation?
Yeah, so I signed with 2015, end of the 2014.
15.
I signed. I had a meeting with Mick Potter.
Yep.
And pretty much agreed to terms with them, which he was a great fella. Like, that's who I signed, and that's who I'd come to agreement with him. Yeah. And then a month later, he ended up getting sacked.
Oh, okay.
And so that fell through straight away.
Okay, so that fell through when he got sacked.
Yeah, so he got sacked.
So they didn't honour the contract?
Because I hadn't actually signed the contract. It was just their sort of thing.
Verbally agreed to
with
by both parties?
Yeah, with both parties there.
That's still, do you know that, like, within in legal contracts, that's still legally binding?
Yeah, I know. But
so what did they say? Did they ring in and just say, no, we're not?
They announced JT as coach, which was, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks later or whatever.
Yeah.
And then JT just said he didn't want me.
What? So they didn't have to honour anything. They could just go.
Yeah. Well, I don't. They. Yeah, I don't really know
what happened.
Like, my manager had a meet with them all, and nothing really happened, to be honest.
So So were there other offers? Like, could have you stayed at the Titans? Could have you gone? Like,
yeah, I could have stayed at Titans, but because it was so late that it happened so late that they pulled the pin.
Was there anything you could do about that? Like,
there wasn't much I could do about it because in my head I was ready to go on Tigers, so we'd start moving our stuff down, like back from Gold Coast.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty out of it, and then that hit the roof, and then I was sort of like my headspace wasn't there, so I ended up going Bali.
Just to get away from it?
Yeah, just to get it. I said, look, I'm just going to leave with you. I'm out to my management.
Yeah.
So I went to Bali. Wasn't there for maybe 5 days, whatever.
Yeah.
And my manager called me at the time, and he calls me and he said, oh, look, Brad Arthur's over there. Like, do you want to go have a meet with him? I'm like, fuck, I'm in Bali. Like,
I'm having a drink with my mates.
Well, I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to see Brad. I met him like over there.
What?
Yeah, it was out of it. It was so out of it.
So the same phone call, he says, West Tigers aren't interested, but Brad Arthur is over in Bali with you.
Oh, like, yeah. We had a meeting that was finished, so I said,
Yeah.
I'm going Bali. So I went Bali.
Okay.
And then when I was over in Bali, I said, like, don't call me nothing. I'm going Bali for get away from it.
So at this stage, you're like, I don't even have a club for next year.
Nah, yeah, that's
I
right.
might not
Yeah.
even play NRL.
Yeah, like I knew something would come up, but it was just like doing my head in.
And also, just for people listening, during the year, if you wait until the end of the year to sign a contract, usually all the money and caps are gone.
That's right.
So you sign for your value with West Tigers. They pull the pin. Every other club's like, yeah, we'd love to have you, but you're going to have to take a $75,000 pay cut each year.
You can get you a bit cheaper.
And so you're sitting there going, I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next 3 years.
I was filthy, I was fuming. And my manager knew that. That's why it was probably like his idea for us to go away and just get my hair clear and they'll fix it all up. They'd do it all.
Yeah.
And so I ended up having a meeting with Brad over in Bali, which is pretty funny. But once I met him, because I had a few clubs that were keen at the time.
Yeah.
But once I met Brad, straight away I said, "Oh look, I want to go to Parramatta."
Oh really?
Yeah.
And so what was the meeting like with Brad? Were you just rock up, shorts and longs, hey mate, how you going?
Yeah, it was hot as. They just lost Hainsey,
Okay.
so they were looking for another outside back, and there was like that centre position available.
Yeah.
So once I spoke to him, mate, he was awesome. Straight away, I knew straight away that I wanted to go play for Parramatta underneath Brad.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah,
so that's good to have that connection with the coach, especially. So yeah, I mean, walk us through with the West Tigers. Like, were you devastated? Were you like, I can't believe this has happened? Like, how come they're not going to honour what we've agreed to? I've missed out on hundreds. Who's going to compensate me this money?
Yeah, I was filthy at it, and I ended up getting. I can't really remember what happened, but they paid for like all my relocation and all that sort of stuff, but I didn't actually get money from them.
But that's they didn't really pay for anything. Like,
it was a joke.
If you didn't agree to the terms, you wouldn't be moving.
Yeah.
So you could have stayed at the Titans. Did the Titans want to keep you?
Yeah. So they changed coach. Neil Henry. Oh, he was an assistant coach.
Yeah.
But he said that like he was happy to have me back, like if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But like you said, like they didn't have much cap space either, so their deal had gone like under as well. So
that's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, these are the things you don't hear of. Is like a club just saying, "Oh no, we're not going to. We've got a new coach. It's not going to have you." It's like, well, hang on a sec. Like, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars to me over the next 3 years you've just taken from me.
Yeah.
If I turned around to you, like we see when players like backflip on contracts,
they get
in the media getting
big time.
smashed.
Yeah, 100%.
But when this happened with you, no one even heard about it.
No,
Like, it was like,
they
backflipped. Oh, okay, sweet. See you later.
Yeah, that was
no
it.
one's talking about. People are still talking about DCE backflipping. With the
Yeah,
Titans.
that's right. But they don't think about the other stuff.
They don't think about the smaller players that, like, it matters to them that they're missing out on those contracts, and it matters to them that they missed that contract timing. They're not like, so that's crazy.
Yeah, so I was filthy at the time, but lucky Brad, lucky I had that meeting with Brad, and so I signed a year down here with him, and like that was sort of for both parties. Like, so a year for him and myself, where I get to prove myself.
Yeah,
and same for him.
So you went from a 3-year deal,
to
a year deal, and was it less as well in that year?
A little bit less. It was better than I thought it would have been anyway.
But it was still less. I mean, that's
it
crazy.
was. Yeah,
and no one compensate you. Nothing. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess like it's kind of one of those negative things that have worked out good for you because now you love the
like 100%. Like if that didn't happen,
like
Tigers
Not going that great. Yeah, not going that great. Yeah.
But like, mate, like Brad and like the squad that we've got, like we haven't played finals. Of 2015, we didn't play finals.
Yeah.
Like, but last year we should have been playing finals, but obviously all of the drama that happened.
Yeah.
So like, it's the biggest blessing in disguise. I wouldn't be where I am today if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Which I'm stoked that it sort of happened in the end. Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy, man. That's yeah. So okay, so you come to the Eels and then you prove yourself and then you extend for another till 2019.
Yeah. So that was 2015.
Yep.
So I signed for another 2 years.
Yep.
At the end of 2015.
Yep.
And then end up extending again last year.
Okay, cool.
So now I'm there till 2019.
Ah, that's good. That's good. Okay, so yeah, so when you did come to the Eels, what was something that you kind of felt like? Obviously, you've got the connection with Brad Arthur, but what was something that you felt like within the team that was really appealing to you?
Yeah, well, at the time, like I said, I played with Chrissy and Peachy before.
Yeah.
So I'd text them to see like what it's like and they loved it.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the talk at the time was just about it's like Hainsey just left and all the fans were filthy and all that sort of stuff. So it was sweet. We come in, Chock Watmo was the big signing, so like he got all the media attention, which was good. Like we a few of us come in just under the radar.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really good. Started pre-season, we went to Seattle, so we had a 10-day camp in Seattle, which was all time.
Yeah.
Went over there, like team bonding was going over there. Got to know the boys a lot better.
Yeah.
And then we come back and it was like I'd been with them for years.
That's sick going to America, man, for a training camp. I'd love to do that.
Oh,
so that first year, the first year you didn't make the finals. The second year you had that massive cap drama. What was that like as a player going through all of that?
Yeah, it was tough because obviously we had no control over it.
Yeah.
We'd been playing really well on the field.
When did you first hear whispers? Like, we was all like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
Yeah, like
Or was it in the media when
we had a really good start to the year. Like Foz had come over.
Yeah.
We had a gun team. Like we were really happy with how we're going, how we started. And then it was like at the rep weekend. Well, that's when we lost all our points, but we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, and it was pretty shit because we were going out there playing.
Yeah.
Getting the 2 points, not knowing if we would be able to keep them or not. So
yeah, okay,
it was pretty tough at the time. And then when we found out we lost all of our points, there was still that opportunity, like the chance that we could still make it if we won certain amount of games, whatever, which wasn't meant to be. Yeah. But all that saga last year definitely made us stronger and like as a group, and hopefully we can take it out this year.
And so, what was the conversation like with the team? Was Brad just like, look, there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it. This is what's happened, and we've just got to move on.
Brad was awesome during that time.
Yeah,
he did a really good job at shielding us from all the media.
Okay,
he took a lot of he was taking a lot of the heat, and to be honest, all we had to worry about was just going out and playing. And even though we'd lost our points, we were still going out and winning games. And I think it just sort of created that bit of steel in our team, in our squad, and hopefully all the stuff that happened last year will just make us better for the rest of this year.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so and then you come out of that, and so this year, coming into this year, what was it like? Because didn't you made the finals in the nines in the.
So last year we won the nine.
Last year they won the nines.
Last year we won the nines,
and then this year he's made the semis.
And this year the boys made the semis.
Yeah.
So like we had a lot of confidence going into the year. Our first two games were awesome. We played really well, and like I said, I think we got a little bit comfortable. Yeah. And you can't afford to do that at all because no teams are easy in the NRL, and lost 3 or 4 on a trot there. So it's been a bit of an inconsistent year so far. Yeah. But we're looking forward to our last 6 games are set in stone when we're playing. Yeah. So we're really looking forward to get a bit of consistency and heading to the finals, hopefully. And
what's that been like, Mitchell Moses coming across, like, such a good player, huge signing, especially him and Normie in the halves, could be like, they could grow into something really special. Got Goku Gutho, running around with the best hair I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Who's got better hair, you or Gutho?
Gutho doesn't have much hair left, to be honest.
Oh, really? Is he a bit wispy?
Yeah. David Gower is...
Oh.
Gower. I mean, like, he knows he's finished.
Great bloke. Terrible hair.
No hair. But he reckons when he was Gutho's age, he was much thicker than Gutho was at the time.
No chance. Gower's kidding himself.
So, yeah,
Gower's kidding himself, mate. He's been bald since he came out since he was a baby, mate.
Oh, he's a
He
legend,
come out
bro.
bold.
Yeah, he come out with a patch on his head.
He's a good bloke. He's an underrated player too, I reckon.
Yeah, he's had a few niggling injuries too, which has been unfortunate, but hopefully he gets his crack this week.
Because he was at the Dragons and just couldn't get a start. Like, he couldn't get it. Like, you play mad in reserve grade and he just couldn't get a start. And goes to Eels and... Actually, I think he went somewhere else and then he went to the Eels. But anyway, yeah, he's playing mad footy. So, who's the biggest team clown in the Eels at the moment?
Norms would be the biggest.
Normie?
Yeah.
What's the funniest thing you've seen Normie do that you can talk about?
We can talk about... Not much that we can talk about.
Actually, you kind of can talk about it because, like, the worst thing has been shown.
The worst thing has been shown.
Has been shown, so you can talk about anything.
True. I don't know. He's got his little trick he likes to do at the pub where he lays it out. Like, he lays the table out and he does the old... what's that wrestling move? Jumps off the chair and...
People's elbow.
Yeah, people's elbows it. And he... That's his little go-to.
That's his go-to?
Yeah.
Fucking bloody Normie. How good is he? What's the best thing you've seen Normie do on the field? Like, yeah, he's a freak, man.
Yeah, he's a gun player.
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't get much credit for the way he steers around the team.
Yep.
He does so much talking on the field. It's not funny. So to have Mitchell there helping him out at the moment now.
Oh, it's gonna be massive.
They're only 2 games deep at the moment, but once they get their combination, it's really exciting times for us.
What's something that's impressed you about Mitch coming across? Has he been focused and open to like the boys and that?
Yeah, well, he fitted in straight away because there's a lot of mutual friends already. So he fit in straight away with the boys.
Yeah.
But so the first 2 games he played, Norms was out.
Yeah.
So the first thing we noticed straight away was it's like having another Normie out there.
Okay.
Talking like a really good talker, getting us to our spots, and
yeah,
like I said, hopefully they can build a really good relationship and steer us to the
because Normie and Foz were really good. So I think that like if Mitch can be like a bit of an organizer as well, and they can balance it really well, can be something special.
It's good having 2 threats on both sides of the field.
100%. And that's like halves play a bit differently now. Like, you know, they can kind of both be organisers but also be threats as well if they gel well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know if this year goes perfectly for you, what happens and you know where are you at the end of the year kind of thing?
Well, obviously we want our first goal to make the finals as a team. And I think that if we can get into the finals, we're like every other team, that we're a chance of winning the comp. And in our heads, that's everyone's goal obviously is to win the comp. So nothing different with us. Hopefully we can do that. And if we can go deep into the finals, I'd love to play for the Kiwis also. But that's just see what happens.
Cherry on top of the cake kind of thing.
Yeah,
if it does happen. And what's the best prank you've ever seen playing footy since you started?
Oh, best prank. Shit.
We can come back to it. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back to
it. Sometimes I'm like, I should send the questions out, but then I'm like, I don't want to structure the conversation so that it's like, anyway, whatever. So, best moment of footy, like best moment in your career where you're like, this is the pinnacle for me. This is awesome.
Yeah, so far it would be at club level, definitely that coming back and playing against Roosters for the times my first year there. I scored a try in that game, and we ended up winning, which was probably the best feeling for me at club level.
Yeah.
And playing for Cook Islands at the World Cup was probably my other most special moment for my family. Like my old man played for his Cook Island heritage, obviously. So to represent my family in that space was very special. And
I guess what toughest time in your career? What's been the toughest time when you've been like, man, I don't know, I just don't know anymore. I don't know what I'm doing here.
It would have been when I was young. Like, I think when I got told that I wouldn't be able to play first grade, I didn't have what it takes to play first grade. That was always a burning desire in me, and to be 100+ games deep now, it's pretty special.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're like 20 games deep, 100 games, you know, and being told you don't have... It's one thing saying you won't play NRL. It's another thing saying you don't have what it takes to play NRL. It's like that rattles you. Like, I don't even have the ability to do it. Far out.
And when I was young, it used to burn at me a lot. But now that I'm like older and more experienced now, it's fine.
It's crazy, like, people can say things that they don't understand how much impact that's having on someone's life.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, that changed 100%. Your whole life, that conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, it's like 10 years down the road and you're still like, that was a pinnacle moment for me. And for, you know, him, it's just like blowing up. He's just
that's right. He probably won't even remember it. So
man, that's crazy. Okay, so Favorite rapper of all time?
Tupac.
Tupac. Did you watch the latest movie?
Yeah, I was actually a little bit disappointed.
Bro, I walked out.
Yeah, I actually thought it was going to be the best out of all of them, like Compton and Biggie, but
I walked out. I swear to God, I didn't watch the whole movie.
Oh, yeah, very
It was a disgrace. It was the
Yeah, it was,
corniest, cheesiest, shittest. I've never like.
I thought it would be the best out of all of them, and
I couldn't believe, like, you
Very
completely missed what Tupac was.
I know,
like,
I know.
he's wasn't some little pussy that was like, oh my God. What about when he's reading that chick that poem at the start?
That's not even.
I was like, mate, what are you talking about? This is so, like, what?
And like
yeah.
I seen Jada Smith's tweets as well, when she was saying the whole, like, a lot of it wasn't real, and
Yeah.
straight away in my head before I even seen it, I said, "Oh, here we go.
Here we
What's
go.
this going to be about?"
Well, if it's not going to be real, at least make it interesting.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like, it was, oh my God, I couldn't believe how corny it was. And like the bad acting, and like, it looked like it was like low budget, man. Like, I literally walked out after 20 minutes and I said, and I got a ticket to another movie.
Did ya?
Yeah, I was like, I can't, this is so bad. I'm not going to
I'm
have
gonna be-
Tupac's image ruined.
Because
Because I don't want to be, now, like,
I went for 3 hours.
bro, 100%. And I bet you any money, now when you think of Tupac, you're going to think of that dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, it's Tupac. Like, and Tupac, I don't know how you say it. Friggin', and because Tupac's greatest hits, that was the first CD I ever bought.
Yeah.
Literally the first CD I ever bought. In grade 6, had a guy burn it for me, and it cost me $30.
He burned it for ya?
Yeah, because like back in the day, bro. I mean, obviously I'm a little
Wow.
gangster, bro.
Yeah.
Little gangster getting it burnt. But you know how back in the day, like, burning was actually hard, and like, it was
Yeah.
a specific set of skills you needed.
He would have been laughing.
Like, so I paid $30 for it. He even like glued like the
Sticker on it.
the artwork on it.
No
Yeah,
way.
Tupac greatest hits, me, and I just like, it was just like the CD. I mean, can you get a better CD than Tupac greatest hits?
No way.
Like, start
King.
to end, bangers.
Yeah,
like
100%.
everything is like a sick song. If Dear Mama doesn't make you cry, you're not human.
Nah.
I've said before that, like, if you want to see whether someone's a serial killer, play Dear Mama to them for the first time, and if they don't cry, they're a serial killer.
100%.
100%.
You should be saying that about Bo Scott.
Yeah, get him to listen to it, bro. Then you'll know.
Yeah, then we'll
You'll
know.
know. Put on Dear Mama, and Law will walk around and be like, all right, it's on, boy,
Yeah,
it's on.
actually, you know what? We'll do that.
And
Me
then
Gus
just
will
like
do
watch him, just watch his face, and if he doesn't get like a little bit emotional,
that. You know.
serial killer.
That is.
Favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie. I don't know. I've got heaps, but I like Happy Gilmore and
Oh, it's so
and
good.
the funny ones,
Bro,
Longest
when
Yard's pretty good.
Man, when Happy Gilmore first came out, I can't remember I've ever laughed that hard in my life.
Oh, I could still watch it now as if it was my first time and still laugh the same way.
So funny. What's shit is like, that's so good. His new shit is so shit.
Oh, I know.
I can't
He
stand
don't make
it.
movies like that anymore.
I don't get it. I don't get how he
Nah.
went from like, maybe comedy's changed, but
That Billy Madison, then he's
oh man, now he's like
Dawn
stuff
now.
is so shit. Best player you've ever played with?
ever played with. That's a tough one. I'd probably have to say Piercy.
Yep.
He's I would have said he was the fittest player I've ever seen, but Gutho's got that hands down.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Gutho loves
nothing
long
comes
distance.
close to him.
Really?
Long distance, short distance, you name it.
What about the gas he
he's
turned
best.
on the other week?
Well, the thing about that was...
Oh really?
So he's got one speed. He can run one speed forever.
Yeah.
And when he got the ball, we said, he's going to get caught, like, because he's not very like lightning fast. I mean,
Yeah.
But when he got the ball and he sort of gassed two blokes,
Yeah.
me and Normie
Turned it on.
What's going on here? And
Yeah.
we saw it was a 10 and number 8 was chasing him. And so it made him look real fast. And,
So Gutho, did he layer up at all? Was he like, boys, I got pace, mate?
he said he actually said, I had to go say thanks to the props for chasing me because it looked like I was fast.
Oh, bro, he looked fast
It was
as.
lightning, but if you watch it again, it's two props chasing him.
Oh my god, that's so funny. And his hair didn't move.
Yeah.
It stayed like perfect as he was running. Most underrated player you've ever played with?
Underrated player. Could come back to that. Underrated.
Funniest player you've ever played with?
Liam Foran, hands down.
Liam Foran.
Hands down.
I've got
the
a funny story
funniest
about him,
bloke
bro.
I've ever
Yeah,
met, let alone like that's on and off the field. He's the funniest.
he
bloke.
is hilarious.
Yeah,
He was at the
anything-
Warriors when I was at the Warriors.
Oh, was he?
Bro, so we were at the Warriors and we're all at the Warriors and like, you know, we're playing Melbourne and Melbourne we usually go really good against Melbourne.
Yeah,
And he was in reserve grade. And before we went, we're like just organising like, all right, well, if we win or if we go all right, we'll go out after the game. And like, so he was in reserve grade, and so he comes over to all the boys. He's like, boys, just say my name at the front of CQ. You'll 100%, you'll get in. And we smashed him. Like, we were just like, bro, what are you talking about? What, we just say Liam? Like, just Liam? Is that what we say? And he's like, oh, whatever. And we just like crucified him for like ages. And we get over there and we're about to go out, and we get up to the door. Is that like that CQ or something like that? And we're like, the boys are like, let's just try it. Let's just say his name and see what happens. We say his name, we get the royal treatment. And it was actually kidding. I swear to God.
No way.
We get taken in, skip the whole line, get taken to like this mad booth, get fully taken care of.
No way.
Come through with the goods, man. He's in New Zealand, we're in Melbourne, and we were smashing him all week, and we got there, and it 100% worked. And we were like, oh my, we get to apologise. We had to be like, bro, we're sorry, man. You 100% come through. And so, yeah, he's hooked up, bro. Liam Porter's hooked up.
He's the funniest bloke. The way that he called himself the Snork.
Oh, the Snork.
That stopped straight away. Yeah. I said, nah, this is my man. He's a legend.
When did you play with him?
We played together at Newtown. So when I was at
Newtown?
Roosters, we went go back and play.
Oh, okay, yep.
Prems, he was the half there. So
okay.
He's one of a kind, and I still keep in contact with him now. Yeah. I can always have laughs with him all the time.
All right, bro. Yeah, actually, if you could have a billboard saying anything, anywhere, where would it be and what would it say?
Billboard?
Yeah.
Oh.
It stumps all the boys. I might stop asking it because like the boys are all like, man, I don't know. Like,
what was it? If I had a billboard,
anywhere saying anything, where would it be and what would the billboard say? So where would you put the billboard and what would be on the billboard?
Nah, I'm not even going to bother. I wouldn't have a clue.
All right, bro. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, man, and good luck for the rest of the year. Yeah, it's been 50 minutes, so yeah, appreciate it and have a good one.
Cheers, brother. Thanks for having us.